Hello everyone, and welcome to D20 in Disguise, your source for expertise on world building, storytelling, and miniature making. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be starting a new series here on the channel called Worldbuilding 101. In Worldbuilding 101, I'll be walking all of you through the many hoops of building a world. From creating your first nation, to designing an expansive and epic world timeline. In today's episode of Worldbuilding 101, we'll be covering how to create your first character, or NPC, for your world, and the process that comes along with that endeavor. Now, this series' episodes will be in no particular order, so you could watch them as you'd like. However, in the series playlist, I will be placing them in the order which I would personally suggest watching them if you're just now getting into world building. But without further ado, let's get world building. Welcome to D20 in Disguise. At first, creating an entire world can seem like an extremely daunting task. How can you simultaneously create massive, sprawling nations with underlying political intrigue while also attaining very minute details and being able to describe them of everyday life in a given portion of your world? It seems impossible. No matter the reason why you're creating a world, whether it's for tabletop gaming, writing, or just as a standalone hobby, world building is a very simple task as long as you start off small and take the adequate time needed to flesh out the details of your world. And yes, world building is a very time-consuming and energy-draining process and hobby. But if you chip away at it, piece by piece, day by day, slowly, it won't seem so impossible. So, how exactly do you start off small? Well, creating anything in your world starts with a singular mental image or idea. I want you to close your eyes and imagine a face. They can be whoever you want them to be. Elderly, young, a child, man, woman, human, elvish, orcish, gnomish. They can be whoever you want them to be. But I just don't want this face to be of a person who actually exists in the real world. This face should be of a person that is an original creation of yours. Now, what do they do for a living? I want the first thing that popped into your head. Boom, first thing. That's what they do for a living. Next, I want you to come up with adjectives to describe their personality, how they act. I want the first two adjectives that just came into your head. It's fine if they're bizarre, it's fine if they conflict with each other. In fact, that usually makes for an even more interesting character. And congrats, you've created your first character in your world. But we're not done yet. I want you to keep that mental image of your character in your head for just a little while longer. And now I want you to dress your character. Go and close your eyes again. Picture their face once again. But I want you to zoom out now to their full body. From their occupation, their job, their age, their gender, and all of those other details that we fleshed out, including their personality, I want you to dress them. Perhaps they're a blacksmith. Perhaps they wear a working apron. But at the same time, perhaps they're a religious person, so they have a small crucifix hanging around their neck. Try to put in as much detail as you can to flesh out the details of the outward appearance of this first character. Truly, you can go as simple or as extravagant as you want here. Now I want you to close your eyes for a third time, and I want you to zoom out even more. What are their surroundings? Perhaps it's where they live. Perhaps it's where they work. Perhaps it's their favorite place in the world. but I want you to give them surroundings. It can be whatever you want it to be. Perhaps it's an industrial area, some sort of medieval factory, or perhaps it's a serene and silent forest with twilight slowly fading in the sky. It can truly be whatever you want it to be, as long as it matches your envisionment of the character. Next, I want you to give this place a name. Boom, the first name that popped into your head, that's the name of this location. Perhaps it's a forest, Forest of Enchantment. That's the name of your location. It's okay if you don't like it. It's okay if it sounds strange. We can come back later and work on it, but not right now. Now, I want you to delve a little bit deeper into this character's mind. What is the biggest problem currently weighing on their mind at this moment in time? And I don't want this to be anything small. I don't want this to be spilt milk. I want this to be large. I want this to be something not quite cataclysmic, but something that truly, truly affects this character's life in a profound way. And congratulations once again. You have completed your first solid bit of world building. You've created a character with a fleshed out personality, with an outward appearance, with a location in which you would find that character, and a conflict which that character is faced up against. Now, get a piece of paper, pull out your computer, whatever you like to take notes on, and I want you to write everything that you just came up with down. I want you to write it down in as much detail as you can. This is a big, important part of world building. World building isn't just a mental process, creating and making up things in your mind. It's not make-believe. It's the documentation, the writing down of that detail, that sheer beauty of your world, and making it feel like something real. And from this one person, this one individual, this one being, this one character in your massive, expansive world, you can build off of them in so many different directions. Perhaps it's to different characters related to that character. Do they have enemies? Do they have friends? If so, who are they? If not, why don't they have friends? Do they have family relations? Do they have coworkers, bosses, higher ups? You can branch off into so many different related people, and then from those people, you can branch off again, creating this beautiful web of relations throughout your world. And that sort of web is what you find in the real world. You can branch off into different locations. Perhaps it's a location that this character founded, that this character rules, that this character lives in, and so on and so forth. In the end, world building is all about asking questions. In that way, it's almost like being a child, asking the simplest yet the most complex question. Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? In a way, although you're creating this world, you're also exploring it. You're also finding new things, creating new things, exploring this newfound location. And you can ask so many questions about your world, from the smallest things to the largest things. Why does this character act this way? Why do they do that? Why is this settlement destroyed? When was it destroyed? Why was it destroyed? By who was it destroyed? How was this settlement founded? What are this organization's morals? And the flow of questions that you can ask about your world never ends. The more questions you answer, the more questions are created. World building is an endless cycle of creativity and exploration, and in the end, all of those questions, both large and small, stem back to your first bit of world building, your first character, your first settlement, your first creation. And how you go about creating that first character dictates what questions you ask about your world, and how you answer those questions about your world. Happy world building. Hi everyone, thanks for watching that video. I had a bunch of fun writing and editing and creating this video, so if you do want to see more of this series, because I sure do, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Furthermore, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a single one of my uploads. Anyway, you all have a great day. Keep on creating, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.